Forget about legacy. Forget about all that. Right now, top 5 world strikers. Who's the best? World class. Top 5 bracket. Who is numero uno? Who is numero 5? Cinco. There you go. Forgot my Spanish for a second.
I don't know if I can give an order.
Yeah. Okay, don't give me
top 5. I think for me so far, the best performing striker right now for me is Sergio Aguero.
Okay.
I think the goals, the movement, the link-up play, even the dribbling. Like even though the dribbling, because of his age, the dribbling isn't as great as it was maybe when he first came at City or even at Atletico Madrid, it's still effective where it sort of drives fear in the hearts of defenders. So for me, Aguero is number 1. Honestly, I would hate to play against him, and he's still a cool finisher. As you like, I think Diego Costa's another one. I mean, that guy's just an animal. I mean, you're talking about, he's got great technical ability. He can dribble. He can hold up the ball. He's physical. He irritates defenders and other players around. So it's it's a mindset thing. He gets into your mind, and obviously that allows you to lose your focus. He does it on purpose. And he's like, for me, I think he's just a terrific striker, and I have no idea why Chelsea even allowed Conte to get rid of him. It's just a madness. Harry Kane, of course, you can't forget him. For me, he's a very good striker. I don't think he's a great football player altogether. I don't think his all-round great game is anything special. Like, honestly, for me personally, I wouldn't buy a football ticket to go and watch Harry Kane, personally. Because I don't think he provides me any entertainment or anything special. But as a striker, he does his job better than anyone else probably. Maybe last season. I think it's a slow start for him this season, but on his day, he probably does it better than anyone else.
He's got 2 as well.
But
first time in August.
Yeah, August as well.
But overall, since he's come back, it hasn't really been great for him. Samuel, that's 3, right? Edison Cavani.
Yes.
The reason why, because I think it's a very good finish, even though he needs about 4 opportunities before he puts one away, but on his day, he's lethal. And I think as a striker, he's probably got the best movement out of any striker
definitely
in world football. And number 5, I don't even know what to put. I wanted to put Mbappe, but I don't even know if he's he's not an out-and-out striker. He plays on the right, but has a free role to roam around. Like, he has that Neymar role. They can roam around and do as they want, but you can't even quantify them in a specific position. But I'll probably just throw him there just because he's up and coming and had a good World Cup.
Okay.
I think I agree mostly with that list. Aguero, I think Aguero's probably the best striker in the world right now. I don't think anybody wants to come up against him on his best day. I think he is. I think, like Basil said, his movement is barring Cavani, is second to none.
Okay, fair.
His range of goals is not. He's a small guy, so he needs to get different. He needs to get a different, varied goal, just a type of shot, type of goal. And he's seen recently, like the chip against who is it? Even though it was foolish defending, Huddersfield. Yeah. That chip. It's horrible defending, but the quickness of thought to see the goalkeeper off his line.
True.
And to imagine, to see that in his head and then to apply that onto the finish. Split second. And I think that is where he's probably the best at. Cavani, agree mostly with what you said. Four chances, 4 goals, similar to Higuain in that sense. Not 4 goals, 4 chances, 1 goal. Similar to Higuain in that sense. But that celebration plus that World Cup. You need, sometimes strikers they need cool and they need some swag about him. He has a lot of swag, especially what he did to Neymar. I think last one in his first season. It's like,
oh, beautiful.
This is my team. You can back off. You can go away. Diego Costa again. Just a bully. I hate him because he always scored against Arsenal. Always similar to Drogba in that vein. But yeah. Just hard to mark, hard to get out your head.
Even just that, it's like Costa always plays that. If you're playing with him, you love it. If you're against him, 100%. You hate him.
100%.
So you rather have him as a teammate rather than as a rival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And number 5?
4 for me.
Yeah, 4 is 4. Yeah, 4.
Sickeningly Harry Kane, but his output is crazy. 30, did he get 30 goals last season?
I think so, yeah.
He's been like 20 ever since he started his...
He got 30 league goals.
30 league goals, yeah.
And he scored 40 overall, I think.
Yeah. And like 20 ever since he started, which was not that long ago. I think I'm pretty sure he's the quickest to get like 100
Premier League goals. Yeah, he's gonna smash Shearer's record.
He probably will. Whether he'll win titles like Shearer, I don't know.
You know, titles.
Title. There
you go.
He needs to leave Tottenham if he wants to win the league title. But number 5, it's Mbappe, Icardi for me.
Cardi.
Oh, I forgot about Cardi.
Icardi, similar to Kane, he scored. I think he's been top goal scorer in Serie A for
2 years in a row now.
2 years in a row now. The only problem with him is that obviously Serie A isn't the league that it was 20 years ago now, or 10 years ago. So people just don't notice, and I think what they're missing out on Icardi is just he's a really smart player, and he scores from anywhere as well. He's technically gifted, pretty much a perfect number 9 for me.
Fair enough.
And yeah, that's my top 5.
You know what? These guys have said most of what I want to say. I mean, Aguero is probably up there with like Alan Shearer, my favourite striker in Premier League history. He's that one guy that I just think, why don't we sign him? And we signed Torres the year before as well for £10 million more.
Did you celebrate when he scored that goal in 2012?
What, the Aguero?
You didn't have to do it. You know what goal I'm talking about, bro?
But I just remember Phil Jones's face. That's what.
He remembers that face, man. That was horrible. Oh my god, his faces are the best. Oh my god.
You can probably tell I'm not, I'm not the biggest Tottenham fan, but I've got to put Harry Kane in there as well. I think he probably has the least ability out of anyone who's been discussed, but he kind of has that, dare I say it, Lampard thing, where he just kind of...
No, I see it, 100%.
Yeah, he just really
gets the
trains on
goals.
his craft. Yeah. Like, he'll hit the target 8 times out of 10 and then get his goals through that. So, yeah, props to Harry Kane. I don't like to put him in there. I give Icardi for the same reasons that you mentioned. I'm actually going to go with Higuain as well. I'm going to go with Higuain.
Drop it.
Falling off.
He has
I was never there.
For me, no, I
was never there.
No, for me, it used to be one. I used to think he was a very good striker at Madrid, and for a while when he left Madrid, I think over the last maybe 2, possibly creeping into 3 years, I think I've seen an absolute drop off.
You know what? To be fair, he has dropped off. But I'm just thinking of my number 5. It was hard to actually get a number 5 out of us, right? And I can't put Cavani in there because he misses so many chances, man.
That's
So
like,
many chances. No, not as bad as Cavani.
I was just conflicted.
I don't know.
I was conflicted.
Consider this, because I think it's a fair argument. Consider this though. Cavani, when he joined PSG, I said PSV, wow. When he joined PSG, started on the right because it was Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
But there were 2 men scoring 40 goals in that team.
Yeah.
One playing up front and the man from the
Right.
right. And then he went up front and he's still scoring 40 to the point now where I think what he said about swagger was so important, because I think Higuain is actually fair, because Higuain I would have put in my top 5 maybe last year. This year I'm like I don't know.
Could have Paul Walk up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't blame him for the World Cup. Don't trust me. That's another story. But the reason why I rate Cavani is because in this day and age in football, there's a lot of strikers that just like to set aside for these new golden boys to come through. And the fact that he put the ball down, Cavani's Neymar standing above him looked at him and said, what are you actually doing here? Like, move! Like, literally just move. And then, I'm sure it had nothing to do with him, I hope. But he was threatened.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Neymar was threatened allegedly. I hope he had nothing to do with it. Okay. Don't send anyone my way. But I like that kind of fact that there's a striker out there that just says, you know what, I still run this team because I score the goals.
You know what? He's got some balls. He has got some balls, because no matter how many chances he misses, that's what I admire him for. Because certain like Lukaku misses 1 or 2, and that's it, head down. He doesn't win anymore. So like Cavani, miss 5 and says, I'm still going to score 1 or 2. Risk it before I leave his pitch. And you have to admire that in him. I'm also a bit biased, because although the French league last couple of years has kind of improved, I kind of feel like it's a dead league.
Okay.
And even more so than Italy. And I kind of feel like at least in Italy, like you have to be an intelligent striker to get goals, because you need movement. The defenses are always quite tight. I kind of feel if you play for PSG, you're duty bound to get 20 goals. You know what I mean? I agree. 40, okay, you've done well, but you got 20 goals for free. Almost. So yeah, that's why I'd go with those 2 over Cavani.
Okay, fair. Okay, I don't know. For my top 5, there's one name that I would have put in this. I think personally I've got Aguero, I've got Higuain, No, he won injuries.
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah,
Kane,
please.
I've got Cavani, I've got Icardi. I kind of like Dzeko.
You know, Dzeko was about my 6th or 7th, you know?
Because that
He's
guy,
a pure striker.
you know what, at City, I knew he was good.
Yeah.
But part of me didn't want to see it because of the club
He was getting
shirt he was wearing.
2018 goals at City.
But he was scoring goals, and a lot of them off the bench. And then he went to Roma, and he not only was scoring a lot of goals, the different type of goals he was scoring.
That's a left foot, right foot header.
Everything.
He's a clean striker of the ball, which is what I love about him.
Yeah.
And then his movement too, his hold up play, his link up play, is underrated. But here's the thing: the English media don't take notice because they don't watch outside of England.
Yeah.
And even when they were showing him in the Champions League last year, they sort of underrated him. And I was like, these people don't realise how good of a player Dzeko is.
Yeah.
Even against Liverpool, the goal he scored against Liverpool, you know,
The goal he scored against us.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I said? If we
volley.
had got him in January, I think we would have made top 4.
Could Mandzukic make?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Man's living off a head. Don't get me wrong, that goal was phenomenal.
It was amazing.
The Champions League goal was phenomenal, but they still took the L. So,
Yeah, he was ruined when he went to Juventus because they just shifted him up. Obviously, first season
left
he was their
Striker.
number one striker, did well. Then they shifted him to the left and it just went downhill.
Yeah. I mean, true to say, but when you sign Higuain, that's guaranteed 35 league goals. You'll got the title in the bag. So
yeah, but no, Dzeko's a good shot. I've completely slipped. I really love Dzeko as a striker.
just want to be a bit cheeky. What we say about Aubameyang? No. Okay, cool. Who else?
This guy's Lukaku, you know.
Lukaku. I don't have Lukaku. He's not my striker.
What's that team, sorry?
My striker.
Let's show that to the back.
My striker. What are you doing, bro?
Alright, yeah.
Listen, my striker didn't come to my club, so it's okay. He's not my striker.
He's just striker Rashford.
No, Martial, number 9. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. What is, look at this. Look at these gooners. You know, Europa League people talk too much. Anyway,
Interesting.
Anyway, we've been there before. We won it. It's not time.
We'll see you in February.
But damn! I've lost my train of thought. Lacazette? No, cool. Alright.
Alright.
But yeah, no, Eddie Dzeko. I think Dzeko. What about Ciro Immobile? What do you think about him?
He's had a good
Because he's a pure goal scorer as well.
He's had a good 2 seasons, but I think overall in his career, it's sort of been hit and miss for him too much. Obviously now he's finding form, but yeah, for me, it's like early on in his career it's hit and miss. Now he's finding his feet. Let's see where he does for like the next 2 years.
How old is he now?
Ciro Immobile is about to touch 30.
Yeah, could be like 28, 29.
Yeah. But he's just ruthless. That's why I love him. He's another 30 season a goal striker. 30 goals a season striker.
There you go.
Wow, that's English.
We will be tagging.
I felt the English. Wow. But yeah, okay. So his top 5 is pretty well. We know the top 4 at least.
Yeah.
And then top 5 is Alright, cool. Thank you for watching. Let us know who your top 5 strikers in the world is. World class. If they're not world class, but they're still in the top 5, let us know. We know they're really lacking in these days. Like, comment, and subscribe. 40 says.